The White House will be burned with fire. He said, I just got a word from the Lord. There's going to come a massive earthquake in the city that will destroy it. Oh, when he spoke, I saw what will happen to this city, Washington, D.C. How the devastation will take place. Literally, the city will break apart to pieces. On the 26th of July, it was the day before I arrived here, day after I arrived in D.C. So I was praying, as usual, at 2 o'clock in the morning, and knelt down, facing the window, looking over the city. At 2 o'clock in the morning, what can you see except with some lights, So I was just looking out and lifting up my hands and praying. Suddenly I saw like a small little bird flying, hovering over the part of the city. I don't know. You see, my geography of the city is not very good. From my hotel room, I can see the airport. And what is beyond the airport, I don't know. Which part exactly where we are. So I saw this small little bird initially flying and hovering beyond the airport. So I looked closely. It cannot be a bird. Which bird flies at 2 in the morning? Right? It's all their nap time, And which bird is pure white? So this was a pure white. So it came closer. When it came closer, I saw it was an angel of God. So I asked this angel, who are you? He came very close to the window. Now I could see him full length. And he asked me a question. Don't you recognize me? Then when I looked closer, then I realized, oh, you are the angel of the United States of America. Because I first saw this angel many years ago. First in St. Louis. While I was preaching in a convention there, that's when I first saw this mighty great angel, the chief prince angel of the United States. So he came closer to me, and this is what they spoke on the 26th of July and on the 27th of July and today. So on 3 consecutive days, I'm going to release to you exactly as how I received it from the Lord. Not adding a word, not subtracting a word. Is that how you want? Yeah. All right. You don't want me to sugarcoat, to soften it? No. You are strong to take it? All right. So, when this angel came closer, this is what he spoke. The wrath of God will come upon this city, and this city will be greatly devastated. So I was very shocked when he spoke the word. And immediately, I'll tell you honestly how my reaction was. I immediately turned my face away from the angel. Because I don't want always to bring a bad news to you. Each time I come, I'm always bringing a bad news. Isn't it? Is it good or bad? So bad news is good news, right? All right. So I turned my face away from this angel. I didn't want to hear what he wanted to say. And, he left. The following day, again I was waiting. And he visited one more time. He came and he spoke again. This time I listened to him. This city will be greatly devastated. And I saw, when he spoke, I saw what will happen to this city, Washington, D.C. How the devastation will take place. Literally, the city will break apart to pieces. And I was shocked. I kept it to myself. Yesterday, before Dr. Bruce shared his word, while the worship was going on, he leaned towards me and he said, he said, I just got a word from the Lord. There's going to come a massive earthquake in the city that will destroy it. I looked at him with shock. I told him that's exactly the same word that I received a few days ago. How this city is going to be devastated. I didn't tell him beforehand what I received, and he just told me. So in the mouth of 2 witnesses, everything shall be established. Then, the White House will be burned with fire. Now, this has happened once in history. On August the 24th, 1814, British troops stormed into the White House and set it on fire. So it has happened once in the past, and now it will happen one more time. This time, it will be razed to ashes. They will look for pieces of evidence for arson. They will find none. Because this is not the work of an arson or arsonist, but it is the work of the angels of God who are set to fire. Why is all this going to take place? Because violence has reached its zenith in this nation. Has reached its top, zenith. She is ripe for God's judgment. Her priests, meaning Christian leaders, Christian pastors, ministers of God, her priests are flirting with the world. How are they flirting with the world? By living with the same standards as the world. You are supposed to be the light of the world. But instead of being the light of the world, we are embracing the same darkness like the world possesses. So you're no more light, you're dark. That's what it means, flirting with the world. Her prophets are prophesizing sweet words, coaxing her to sleep. You're not aware of what's happening around you. You're dulled to sleep. So that you're only prophesied of good things to come, wonderful things to come. So therefore, because your mind has now become dull of understanding, and because your ears have become so itchy, you only hear what you like to hear. Just like King Ahab. Micaiah gave him a word according to what he likes to hear. He doesn't like to hear a word from the Lord. He likes to hear only good things. So similarly, people generally at heart like to hear only good things. They don't like to hear bad things. A few years ago, Pastor Joseph Sweet shared with me a dream that one of his church members had. A small girl, 10 to 12-year-old. This was at the height of the COVID-19 disease, pandemic. So this girl was so burdened and troubled by what was happening, people dying everywhere. She interceded and prayed so much. And then she had a dream. In the dream, the Lord Jesus visited her. And she hugged the Lord Jesus and she cried in intercession and asked the Lord Jesus a question, Lord, when will all this stop? When will life get back to normal? And the Lord Jesus pulled her, held her at arm's length, looked straight into her eyes and said, this world will never get back to normal. It will only get from bad to worse to worse. And if you compare that with the book of Revelation, that word is true word. Because in the book of Revelation, you don't read anywhere, now everything is good, everything is okay, except only after the second coming of the Lord Jesus. Till then, everything will get from bad to worse, or even worse. This is the true state of what is happening because of the fruit of sin. And sin will be judged.